Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo! Let's get to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on Man Talk Monday. It's Man Talk Monday. Woo!
What's going on, good people? Welcome to Man Talk Mondays. We are back once again. It's Derrick, the thought engineer, here with my man, Comedian John Yoggi.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, man? How's it going today?
I'm good.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday
Yeah.
gotta quit hiding behind Friday.
Man, the crazy thing is, you know, they talk about the majority, not to bring down the room, majority of heart attacks happen on Sunday night.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Dread Monday morning.
Dreading Monday morning.
Monday coming in hot too, boy.
But don't fret. We know you had a long day today, but that's what we here for. We here to make your day a little bit brighter. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
If we can. Just a little bit. So let me just remind everybody, it's Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we give you the rational realities of relationships, but of course we're doing it from a man's perspective, because both of us men, that's what we do. But keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to join into the conversation. Men, women, boys, and girls, you are welcome. How you do this, you go into the comment section, leave your comment, leave your question, and we can see it. This is how you talk to us. But we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, so make sure you talk to us. Right? Pull up a chair, join the conversation, sit down, let's chop it up a little bit. Do people still say chop it up?
No. But they know what you mean. Come on in, sit down, sit a spell. Take a load off.
They should always saying sit a spell though.
No, they say that.
Hey, did you have a black book?
Oh no, I didn't. No.
You didn't have a
I
book.
didn't
Is that really a thing?
I think it is. I think it is. I think it's an overly exaggerated dating thing that people often say, but that's a lot. I mean, for you to have so many women that you have to literally have a book, so which means you keeping up with the past and the present in the book. So no, that would be foreign to me.
That would be foreign to you.
Yeah, I was generally a one girl or one at a time.
One at a time. A one woman man, I think is what you look at. Good old faithful boy.
No, I said it right on one at a time. I said it right one at a time.
So no double days or triple days. Just, okay.
That.
I got you.
Right. I remember one time I had this girl, when I was younger, I was always flirty. I had a girl, but I was flirty.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So oftentimes flirtiness gets you in trouble sometimes. Because, people want to kind of take you up on your flirtiness.
Yeah.
So my girl was over to the house, but she was outside. Mm-hmm. And she was at the front of the house, and I had somebody to come to the back that was taking me up on my flirtiness.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't end well.
She said, "This
it didn't end well.
This
sir.
is my man."
Oh my God, it didn't end well, man.
Yeah, you can't play.
It's funny. Why y'all? It just seemed like I had a bunch of fighters. It's just like back then they would fight. They would fight, man. You know, I told you about the one girl who had the picture in the store.
Oh yeah, in the
of us.
store.
And if somebody said something about me, she was ready to fight.
Shout out to Oak Cliff, Texas.
Thank you, D.
Where they fight for theirs, baby.
Oh, you better believe that.
What were we talking about tonight? Came across a clip, and the podcast is hardly initiated. It's a podcast, real good podcast, these group of guys, and they had
It's okay.
Bishop Dr. Reverend Jamal Bryant on there. And in the conversation, and they put the clip up on social media, he was talking about his marriage and the failure of his marriage. And he said, you know, it wasn't infidelity. He said, I blew it. I messed up. You know, it wasn't irreconcilable differences. I messed up. But then he made a statement. He says, my first experience with monogamy was when I got married. And everybody was like, wow, oh, deep revelation. My first experience with monogamy was when I got married. So it got us to thinking about this whole thing. So we talking about tonight, is monogamy only for marriage? Is monogamy only for marriage?
See, I don't think it is or it should be, because you have a lot of dating going on, man. Do you know what kind of dating stuff they can get you into if you out there with everybody? I mean, you don't have to show no faithfulness to nobody. Don't you at least got to play like you can be faithful, don't you?
Yeah. Because it's about expectations. Mm-hmm. It's about expectations. And so when you talk about monogamy, which monogamy is, you know, being with one person, as John said, one at a time, being with one person at a time, right? Because it's clear that when you get married, that's the expectation.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But before marriage, should that be the expectation?
I think so. Well, we'll see it now. This is the thing. I don't really know how they do now. But because I think the level of expectation needs to be set about what you're looking for in that particular relationship. Hey, I'm just trying to have a good time. Bet I'm sleeping with everybody. Hey, I'm just trying to see where this can go. Okay, cool. I'm sleeping with everybody. Hey, I'm trying to get my life together and see what this can turn into. So you want just us sleeping together? Yeah. Because now you have put a level of expectation on this to work and turn into something besides just us doing this. But I think a clear level of expectation has to be set, or we're gonna be sex, or both of us gonna be sex. There's no bigger disappointment than you trying to find love and the other person is trying to find everybody else.
Dr. Selena says, how do you show your soon-to-be spouse you will be a faithful life partner, if not beforehand?
Well, I mean, the only way you can is to give them the level of respect that's deserved, and being faithful, getting dudes out of your DMs, not making yourself readily available to anybody besides him.
So there's a level of cleaning house. Listen, that has to happen
for every married person. Before I married my wife, I was by myself for 3 months.
Okay.
And I'm not even sure whether or not I wanted to be or whether or not it was something that just happened. But I was by myself 3 months. And during that time, it allowed me to clean house and get rid of some stuff. And even with that, man, it almost has to be on purpose, because there still could have been someone there.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So you said before you married her, or before you met her?
Before I met her.
Before you met her.
So hold on a second.
I'm just trying to clear it up, man. I was just trying to make sure I got it all straight.
Before I met her, because once I met her, she let me know her intentions were to be somebody's wife.
Okay.
So now either it's gonna be yours or somebody else, but I'm gonna be missing somebody.
So you had already made a decision to kind of just cut off the dating thing, period.
You know, and it's funny because I don't know if I made the decision or just kind of happened. You know how you be out and doing yourself, doing you.
Right.
I mean, not really doing you. And something happens, a bad breakup or something where you have to pull back a little bit and say, whoa, let me get myself together. Let me get my head right because this was, I didn't really understand how this worked. Because, you know, things happen in relationships that make us have to pull back.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because I don't really remember what made me step back from dating, but I know I just really wasn't interested in what was out there at the time. So
by the time the missus came along, you had got some stuff out your system.
Bro, because I was running through them.
Oh, yeah.
But this thing. I was in California, and man, there's something to be said about California to where if you don't have this, and it's people in general,
right?
If you don't have morals and saying what you want to do, they won't either. And that is so surprising, but that is so true with young people in dating. We were literally, people were pulling us, flagging us down on the freeway. Where y'all going? What y'all doing? It was
wow.
It was something, man. It was something. It was something. Yes.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. I was watching some video today, and this random girl walked up to these two people. They weren't together. It was another guy, another girl, and she just said, "What y'all think about hooking up and doing something?"
What it do?
And both of them was like, "Yeah, I think we're."
I'm telling you, like young people, man. That's.
Dude,
they're not thinking about nothing. They're not thinking about.
That's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level.
It is.
Should monogamy be an expectation for dating?
Man, again, I think it's just a matter of where you are in the dating thing.
Okay.
If you most of the time, and see, this is the thing, there are tiers to dating.
Okay. The tiers. Okay.
The tiers. So there's a divorcing tier. If you just divorced, ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Come and get that booty while it's hot. That booty hot, y'all. Come get it. And they generally give it up. They generally are doing it with no expectation back.
Right.
And there's the young person that's experiencing life for the first time, so they're trying to get as much and give as much as they can. Generally, after we get a little older and we see, I'm tired of being at home by myself. After I give it up, I'm at home by myself and nobody to hold me. Now I want a little bit more. Now my relationship has to move into that second tier.
So, because there seems to be this expectation out there that you got to go and live your life, which typically translates into you got to go be loose, be wild, party, have fun. And party and have fun always translate to having sex with a whole bunch of people.
Well, because when people don't do it, what's the first thing they say? For the majority of the people that don't go through that particular part of their life, when they get older, what do? They double back and say, I never had opportunity to live. Or what they actually mean is, I never had an opportunity to give this booty up in abundance. That's what they mean. Like every time they don't have an opportunity, whether you be overweight, whether you be sheltered, you gonna double back to get what you got coming.
That thing never really made sense to me, because, and I think is one of the biggest problems with the idea of monogamy today. People have so many options. There are so many options out there that when the options increase, it gets harder to say no.
Yes, it does. But people are like this. People will be faithful to what and who they want to be faithful for. If a woman meets a guy and she thinks he is the guy, she gonna pull up. She gonna tell everybody else, whoa, I got a good one. Y'all leave me alone. If they not, she gonna keep her options open.
Is that why people tend to come up with these rules in marriage, like giving people a pass Let me know if y'all believe in it. Y'all believe in the whole pass thing. Giving people a pass, and then the open marriage, and all of that type of stuff.
Because all that stuff is just available because you're not satisfied in who or what you got. Because if you were, you would need all of that.
So if you have a partner that's not satisfied, should that be the option? If I can't satisfy you, I give you the freedom to explore it outside.
But the crazy thing about satisfying somebody, the reason why people can't satisfy people is because they've had too many choices on the menu. They've been on the front of the menu and the back of the menu. Now it's like, what can I give you? Well, I ate everything at that menu. I need something else created, or I need you to bring a couple of menus in here.
I think it's probably a situation where you go from having a buffet at your exposure, at your dispense, and then now you limit it to your options get limited.
Yeah, but even at a buffet, man, most of the time people generally go back to the stuff that they normally eat.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Because you've gotten an appetite for a variety. And then now you limit it. Phil says, I never got the open marriage thing.
Well, it's a way to be married without being married, though.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Anthony? Thank y'all for joining. You say it's a way to be married without being married?
Yeah, it's a way to be married with the way you want to be married. You know, it's funny, man. From the vows to everything else, we tend to be married on our own terms, and marriage don't have terms from that. It's either married or you're not.
Wow. So, because when you talk about marriage, you talk about expectation, because we know marriage is not a cure
for monogamy,
for
faithfulness,
promiscuity.
Yes, promiscuity.
It's not a cure for promiscuity. You can't get in marriage and then say, you know what, I'm gonna be faithful. And that's what Dr. Brian was saying. Jamal Brown was saying. He said, my first experience with monogamy was when I got married. So he's saying he failed at monogamy because he didn't have enough practice at it to be good at it.
Well, that's anything. It's funny because I was thinking about that today when you called me about it. I was thinking, what can we actually be good at that we don't practice? We have natural ability to where we can. If I'm a fast runner, I might can beat a few people. I might can beat some people in the neighborhood. But if I don't train and practice at it, nobody really knows how good I can actually be at that particular thing. I think it's the same with anything. You have to practice monogamy. You got to practice being to yourself. You have to practice self-control. You have to practice keeping your eyes to yourself. Because all that stuff leads to something.
Oh, yeah. And they say those buffets will kill you slowly. They absolutely will. They will kill you slowly. So I get what you're saying about, and think about it this way. You say you do need practice. And the thing you're going to be good at, you need practice at it. But you don't need practice to do it. You just need practice to get good at it. Right?
Well, true. But you have to practice being with one person. You're not going to have, if the only time you eat dinner, if you open up to a buffet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's all you ever eat. But when you get married, now you just got to have one breakfast, bacon, eggs, hash brown, lunch, burger, fries.
Okay.
Dinner, whoa, this is not what I'm used to.
Right.
I'm used to having a choice of things that I want. And what you're trying to do in that, you're trying to take away the choices.
Yeah. Because the discipline is cutting yourself off from choices. When you decide, you get rid of all other options. That's what you do. That's what a decision is. You cut off all other options. My thing is, there's a commitment and there's actually walking out the commitment. So I get what you saying. To get to the place to where I think I got the hang of this monogamy thing, you do need some reps in. You got to get some reps in. You got to. But as far as just making a decision, like if you decide to go on a diet, then you just pull up.
You got to commit to it. You got to commit.
But
to
you
it.
get the commitment
Commit to it.
Yeah, and I don't think we don't do commitment well.
Well, and there you go. What can you commit to? What can we commit to? Because committing, everybody can be the way they want to be, but we can't seem to commit to it. So I'm gonna be the first one to say, when I see myself down 100 pounds, but because I can look in my mirror and still see myself,
right.
And my level of commitment to that is, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good. No. What? Because what is driving your commitment level? What is driving it? Oftentimes, whatever is driving it is the thing that you have to remember when it gets tough.
Okay. So monogamy is hard.
Absolutely. Commit to anything is there. Committed to anything is.
Okay.
If committing to losing weight was easy, everybody would be skinny. Everybody will be healthy. But it's difficult. No, because it's a lifestyle change. And people not ready to change their lives because people want to do what people want to do. People don't like being told no. People don't like being told no. This is the excuse I give. Hell, I ain't had nothing all my life. We was poor when I was young, and I ain't finna tell myself no to nothing. Give me that double cheeseburger and put onions and pickles on it, and give me them fries too. Make it a large fry, and give me a shake. And then I'm up all night because I can't sleep because the food's sitting right here in my throat.
But now you just said something because before you couldn't afford it.
Yes.
And see, that's the thing. I tell people all the time, most people are morally good because they can't afford not to be. They do the right thing because they can't afford not to be. Once you hit a certain level to where you have the ability, because there's a difference between fasting and starving. You can't fast if you ain't got no food. That's starving.
Hey, you can call it what you want to. You can call it what you want to.
You just starving. If you ain't got no food, that ain't fast. So you can't be in there, ain't nothing but some baking soda in your refrigerator. You talking about, I think I'm going to go on a fast. No, that ain't fasting. That's starving. You can only fast, so you can only restrict yourself, really feel a restriction or that discipline in the presence of options and choices. This is why when the world got smaller, because before you just knew people in your neighborhood. Remember we was on the cruise, and that couple had been together how many years? Like 50 some years or something like that. They had a dating show on the cruise.
Oh.
Little dating game or married game.
I remember that. Yeah.
And they had this one couple that had been together like,
and that's all they knew with each other.
She grew up down the in the apartments down the hall from him.
Sure did. You're right.
He had known her since they were little, so their worlds were a lot smaller back then. But now you got social media, you got the internet, you got access to the variety of people you have access to. I remember being in high school. And I'm in a high school in a small town. And you see the girls, and the girls like, oh, there's some pretty girls. Yeah, some pretty girls. And then you go to college.
Boy.
And you like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because your world expanded. How do you maintain that, especially in the dating world when you don't have the ring on? How do you maintain it, and how do you practice that monogamy in the faith? What is the motivation?
And the more successful you are, it even opens up even more.
Yeah.
Because if you're successful, like he is, Jamal Bryant, he's successful.
Absolutely.
He one of the guys, preachers that they waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
So what separates you from everybody else? And that's self-control. That's knowing what you want when you want it. That's been there, done that.
Yeah.
And most of the time, we hadn't done that yet.
Yeah.
So we anxious to get that out of our system because we want to do that because we think we miss it. We think we are missing something.
Because that person is always there. That person that want to experience this and go here and do it, that person is always there. And if you're not truthful about that person, then he's sitting there waiting on opportunity, and as soon as opportunity presents himself,
boom, you own it.
Oh, bro, all over it, bro.
It's like, whoa, I thought you was the preacher man.
All right.
Oh, sister, I am. But if y'all could, like, share, and subscribe. Facebook, TikTok. If you're on TikTok, like us and follow us. Like, share, and subscribe, Man Talk Mondays. Listen, we got some special things that we're trying to do, and we need you guys to help us with that. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, back to, is monogamy? Only for marriage.
Is it mahogany?
Mahogany, you in there?
I'm saying, man, and I think that's the thing that people struggle with, because you go. So let me. At what point during the dating period? At what point during the dating period should the expectation be, all right, we exclusive? That's the word, exclusive. Just me and you. That's it. Because in the beginning, is it from the onset of,
It has to be. Because the last thing that you want is to let somebody slide in your DMs, whether it be male or female, and you entertain the conversation. Because once you start entertaining the conversation with somebody else, and now you got an ear for them, and now because once you get them in your DM regularly, you can't get them out. Or you don't want them out. Let me tell y'all something. There's not the only thing better than having one person is having two people that you're actually interested in.
Wow.
And man, listen again. It's very difficult to narrow it down because the heart wants what it wants. Can people say, "Can you be in love with two people?" Well, why certainly you can.
You can be in love with two people, but can you love two people?
You can be in love with two people, but you can't love one. You can't love two people. Right.
Because if love involves commitment, how does that work?
But man, we constantly change the rules on commitment, D. That's the one thing we do because we have so many outlets in order to get what we want. We're constantly changing the rules and moving the goalposts. We constantly do that. Like, can somebody tell me what the first down marker is? Where is it? Because we keep moving it according to what we want and what we want to do.
And why you think we keep moving it?
Because we don't know what we want.
Is it that we don't know what we want, or we trying to give ourselves an out without just saying?
That part. That part. Yes, that's it.
I've definitely seen people do that.
That's it.
They throw this stipulation out there, throw this rule out there, and they knowing ain't no chance.
Yes.
You are not gonna be able to do that. And it's an escape clause without just saying, now it's once you do it, you violated the agreement, all this kind of, I'm gone. Well, you knew that the whole time. That was the whole way for you to get out. But I don't know. I think, because at what point, once you meet somebody, y'all go out on a few dates.
But my problem with this whole thing is this. People, I just don't, and I know this sounds crazy, but I'm just going to say it. I'm not really certain that people are meant to be monogamous. Because I have had girlfriends back in the day. You can call them a hoe if you want to, but they always had more than one dude. They always had more than one dude. And when they didn't, I knew guys that always had more. And now as I'm older, it makes you wonder, where we meant, is that what we were meant for? Is that something we're trying to force ourselves into? Because as much as I love my wife, I couldn't as much, and I often say this, but I'm simply joking, but I mean this, but I'm joking as I mean this.
Okay.
She is so much my friend's wife.
Careful now.
My wife, yeah.
Careful.
Oh,
now.
I love my wife so, but sometimes I'm just ready to run over her with 2 cars. And I get to thinking, I say, there's no way on God's green earth I could have 2 of these women. I can have 2 of y'all.
Oh,
Get on my
man.
nerves the same way. David was on the roof. I get it.
Yeah.
And so which leads me to think, I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but man, dude, I can see it sometimes. I can see. I think I sent you a clip yesterday. It was a guy that had 3 or 4 women. They was like, "Oh, we help and we."
Oh yeah, yeah. What
wives.
that's not polyamory, is it? Is it polyamory? Okay, polyamory. Oh, sister wives and the whole situation.
I mean,
They talk about
I can see it.
we share chores and
I can see it, man. You don't feel like it tonight? Come on in there. I can see it, man. It's funny. Guys always think about sex.
That's what I was just going to say. The motivation a lot for us is typically going to be centered around some sex.
Yeah.
But you got some cultures like it's no longer Swaziland, but that's what it used to be called. There's a kingdom in Africa, and the king made a decree that every man has to take at least 5 wives.
Ooh-wee.
Had to take under the penalty of law.
You gotta get your stamina up.
You had to take at least 5 wives.
Ooh-wee.
And
man. It's making me tired thinking about it, boy.
Said the government would actually help you out. They would actually help you out, but he made a decree, the king, because they got a king. He said, you got to take at least 5, because he said he got tired of just women just being there and not having a man.
I can see that. I really can. I can see that. I'm just not sure that the women are ready for that.
Western women aren't.
Because these American women.
No. You ain't getting there with no American woman.
You're not. No. You remember how that woman was looking on that game show that we watched? That woman looked like she's ready to fight when she got to the show. No, they're not. You're not finna convince them that I got to share you with 3 more people, because they don't think that's what love is.
So is that a cultural thing, or is that just the way it's supposed to be? Ken says, sex, I'm in the wrong place. I've been single for 20 years. I better get married soon.
Wow.
20 years single.
Wow.
20 years.
So I'm curious. I guess I'm curious about, have you been happily single for 20 years? Have you been in and out of relationships? How's that working out for you? Because I think when you make statements like that, people automatically think one extreme or the other extreme. I'm just curious about how's that working? How's that work? And how's that working out for you?
Yeah. So let us know, Ken. Let us know.
Because if not, we need to get you on this dating game show we're trying to put together.
But listen, this thing is hard. It's tough. It's real. And when you talk about us over here in America, I'm not going to say never, because you have people in this over here that are starting to get into this polyamory and all this type of stuff. But that's not how we brought up as a culture. That's not the expectation. When you dating, you can't date nobody else, especially when you married. You can't be fooling around. So you have to stay locked in right there. And people are, like you're saying, people are saying, there's too many women, not enough men. Yeah. I mean, just all of this type of stuff.
And married women don't want to sleep with you anyway when you've been married for a while.
So you need a little variety, huh? Just a little variety. Okay, Ken says, no, single and content. Said, good question. I've gotten so used to it that that because it's been so long. A dating show. Oh boy, he said a dating show. So he said he just got used to it. So he practiced his singleness. He practiced, so now it's like he's gotten so used to it that.
How you practice? Get out of here. Don't you come in here. Well, let me finish this. If you come in here, you get out of here.
Oh, because, people, like he said he's still open to marriage. He's still open to marriage. So he's dedicated. I know him. He's dedicated his life to the Lord.
Oh, I was going to ask, is it church going, God-fearing?
Oh, man.
Handkerchief carrying? God told me, brother.
Can you pull that off without God?
No.
20
no, you
years.
can't. I have matured in my singleness.
Okay. He said he's matured in his singleness.
Hey, man. Hey.
Which has been the good thing. You know,
because I'm surprised because normally the church girls ain't going to let you be single.
Oh, man.
They're going to be, they hanging out on your car talking about, did you drop something over here?
Let me say, Ken is in Australia. I don't know how they do it in Australia.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, he's in Australia.
So you gonna make
I don't know if he can do that over here in America. Somebody be done hooked them up quick. They be done hooked them up quick.
We gotta call her Mike.
Kevin said that sounds like 5 headaches. He talking about
and I was thinking the same thing, but I'm listening to the guy that talked about it, and he was like, "Hey man, it's amazing how everybody kind of picks up where the other person kind of falls off." Because women don't feel like cooking every day. Okay, well, hey, I'll help. Now, instead of having one person over the laundry, now you can do laundry this week. You can do the chores in the kitchen this week. You come in here with me, and you go outside and make sure the kids is good. And we alternate every week. I practically got it done in my head.
You better keep it in. You're going to keep it right there in your head.
It's not really for me.
I can see you.
It's a friend of mine.
Baby, sit down. Let me talk to you for a minute. Let me run something by you.
Miss Lewis ain't even going for it, brother.
You get ran about it there so fast.
Man, Miss Lewis ain't even going for it.
Kid says, I've been hit on more than Brad Pitt on Clubhouse.
I believe that. Dude, if you're a single guy and you're trying to stay single, it's like this. When you say, I'm single, it's like women say,
yeah.
And they don't even want you.
No.
But because you're single, let me see if I can go over there. And we might have somebody for you too. We need to get you on the game. We need to get you on the game show. We need to get you on our game show.
Listen, and I think that's one of the problems, because we treat single people like there's something wrong with them.
We still need him on the game show though.
You still want to get you on the game? Oh, Miss Lewis says,
what you doing listening?
Keep it in your head, sir. Don't bring that over there.
I'm trying to make this work out for everybody.
Phil says, Lord have mercy, this is going to be a funny game show.
Yes, because we definitely need some single guys, because we have a bunch of single women, and I think it'd be great to help single people navigate through relationships. Now, let me say this. I'm curious. You have a game show like this. Do y'all give each other the time, or y'all gonna be monogamous while y'all going through the process? So y'all gonna bring Slewfoot in here with you?
Can you make a good judgment on a person that you're trying to be with if you're not exclusive?
We do it all the time, D. Don't you be trying to have speaking for people like they got some sense. Folk ain't got no sense. We do stupid stuff all the time.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can make a good judgment and assessment of the person that you say you want to be with if you're entertaining other people, because...
But I can't shut that door, D, because this might not be.
Why not? Why you can't shut that door?
Because I might miss out on something. I might miss out. And listen, we not finna put all our eggs in one basket anyway. Yeah, we don't want to commit, and we scared we're not gonna get what we coming for.
Okay, that's what's the fear? What is the fear that comes along with monogamy? What's the fear? Y'all let us know. What is the fear that comes with monogamy?
That you're gonna miss out on the dude you're supposed to be with.
Okay. So cutting off other options, meaning I might be cutting off the one. I remember, I saw this video the other day. This guy, he was a basketball player, and he said coming out of high school, he said, man, I wanted to go to Kentucky. He said that was my choice. That's where I wanted to go. Bam. He said he getting offers from everywhere. He said he telling all the coaches, nope. Got to Kentucky. Kentucky was like, man, you're a talented guy, man, but we're going to go a different way. And so now...
You missed out on all other schools.
Right. And he sat at home. sat at home
Oh,
because he played himself. What's wrong with wanting somebody? Or just being with somebody that wants you, that want to fool with you. Dr. Selena says dating is gathering data. You must have multiple points of data for it to be valid.
From one person, though. From one person. See, that's boy. I almost cussed. You know, I'm trying to get in the help. But that is a bunch of bush. Don't do me like. First of all, Dr. Selena, don't do me like that. Because you know, the last thing women want and guys want is for you to have a choice.
Yeah.
Because the dude that you probably gonna wind up with is the one you're not even gonna meet on the date thing. It's gonna be the dude that you dragging in there that we don't know anything about.
You know what? I don't know if it's having a problem with them having a choice. I think the problem is the fear of you not choosing me.
Well, but it works both ways though.
Okay.
It works. It works. It works both ways. I'm simply saying, what would the woman want to take a chance of the guy not choosing her? Because that's one of the things I was worried about with when choosing. What if you're not the one that chose? Because oftentimes in relationship, guys, we aren't the ones that chose or the number one draft pick, but yet we want a number one draft pick, and you're a second round pick.
Yeah.
Well, so now you feel some kind of way. Now you upset. Now you, oh no, they did. Now you waiting for Kentucky. In Kentucky, like, nah, we want somebody taller and faster.
Right.
And we can pick that.
And we can pick that because we Kentucky.
Exactly.
Anthony says, exactly, John. People feel like they are missing out.
Dude, I believe that.
Afia says, I know this girl who was dating 5 men and told them that she was seeing other people. Let's just say she was not single for long. I don't think the men like that competition.
So I don't get. I don't get it. She's saying she was dating 5 guys. And then one of them married her.
Right. Because of competition. I got to shut out the competition. So it snatched up.
I agree, but I'm more curious about what she looks like than I am about her being with 5 guys.
Okay. I guess my thing is, what I'm saying is, when you get into a marriage, and this is your first experience with the extremes of the personality of the person that you with. Because as long as you know you got an out in dating, if you got multiple people you talking to, then you got an out. And as long as you got an out, then there's like a relief. You got some kind of relief. But how do you know if you can really handle pressure if you never have to feel the full weight of that pressure? And then all of a sudden you in a situation where you got to feel it.
Well, I think if people give the right expectation of what marriage is, I think we do a really bad job of really communicating and let people know exactly what marriage is. Marriage is tough. Marriage is tough, man. There's a reason why people don't stay married for 30, 40, 50 years. Because marriage is tough, man. Yeah. And it just seems easier to me to say, I'm going another way.
And it's tougher with all of the stuff at people's disposal these days. It's way tougher. When you got you got a computer that you walk around with in your hand all the time, where you have access to people from different parts of the world right there in the palm of your hand. And all it takes is this feeling that, man, I don't know about you. I don't know about this.
Well, think about this. If it only takes that feeling when you're married, what about when you're dating?
Right. When you don't have that.
And there's really no commitment there besides you saying, hey, we're going to be committed to each other.
Keke Palmer, remember the whole thing with the Usher, when she went to the Usher concert and the baby daddy got upset. What was her response?
He was more upset about her ass being out than he was in the hair. He's more upset about that. They can say what they want to say.
And it was
about
on parade,
us.
too.
Yeah, she was out there. She was out there living her best life. Again, which always mean we doing something stupid.
Right.
And that's what he was more upset about that than anything else. But even then that, afterwards when he said you can go, did she not come back?
Oh yeah. But what was her response when all of the hype was about, he was upset? She said,
We not married.
You ain't put no ring on my finger. Should she still have the expectation that no, I'm with you, I was wrong?
But you can say that if you know I'm at home watching rather than me being out under some girl. Because generally somebody's at home.
Yeah.
While the other one is out in them streets. Yeah. Somebody's at home looking out the window talking about when you had said you coming back, how long you gonna be with your friends? Generally somebody's at home waiting.
Hey man, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
I'm just saying.
Mika said, John, it's not about what you look like. I know some booger wolves with 10 men. What I've noticed is that men begin to step up when they know others are around, but take their time when they know she's not entertaining other men. She said games.
I don't believe that. First of all, Mika, you the one that got you. You don't want your man to be with. If your man been with 5 people, you don't want him to be with you. That's why. That's why you on her. And I don't like your attitude the way you coming, Mika. You need to lower your list down some. Sweet Mika, we need to get you on the dating game.
What say you? But so she's saying, but would you want that though? Even as a woman, would you want that, knowing that he married you because he was in competition, not because, man, I just you add so much to my life, all this type of stuff, and so I gotta snatch you up, but I don't want him to have you or him to have you. So guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna marry you first.
But you think she don't really wind up with the one that she wanted anyway, though? Out of the 5, you think she not winding up with who she wants to be? Cause she picking.
That's a good question. Cheryl says, if people aren't married, they're single.
Do we ask the question or something?
She said if people aren't married, they're single. I guess she's saying if you ain't made that commitment and walk down that aisle and put a ring on it,
then you single.
But that's not the expectation, Cheryl. Because let that man that's dating get caught with somebody else.
Let Kiki Palmer's her baby daddy get caught with somebody else, and the story is completely different. And he can't say, "Well, we ain't married."
No.
And she gonna say, "Well, you ain't married me."
Right. And we say stuff like that, but the expectation when you was dating your husband, y'all was dating, was it okay for him to date other people? Was that fine? Because he was single.
Well, see, the thing, all I can think about is this, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But because you having sex, you dating and you having sex with the guy that you hope that you giving yourself to so you can marry. There's no bigger gut punch or kick in the tail or the teeth than you finding out he not only sleeping with you or she's sleeping with somebody else too.
Oh man.
Because I thought that we were in this together working toward the same goal.
Yeah. And if you so single, then why did I have to catch you? Why wouldn't,
I just think people don't know how to be monogamous, man. They don't know how. People don't know how. No, because people won't tell themselves no, number one. There need to be some switch legs out there. Because people don't tell themselves no. People generally want what they want, man, until they can't have it. But this the thing. Everybody does.
Yeah.
So if I want what I want and you want what you want, who's gonna do something that's gonna benefit the other person? Everybody wants to be cared about until you have to care about somebody else. Everybody wants compassion. But nobody wants to show it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We absolutely selfish. We are absolutely selfish, and we're taught to be selfish.
Absolutely. From the time we born,
Right.
We don't share our toys. We don't have to share our toys. You go and play in the cup from the time we're born. We taught to be that.
We are taught to be selfish, and marriage is not a selfish institution. It is not. You are serving the other person.
Listen to me. Listen to me. The whole time, y'all. Listen to me. Everything you do practically is about that other person.
Yeah.
When they not there, you think you're getting a mental break because they not there. No. Let me run to the store and get some flowers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cheryl says, when we were dating, I told him my expectations.
You did, yes, you did.
He had a choice to go or stay.
You right, I sure did. She told me. She showed it to me. As a matter of fact, she said this. She said, you know what? I went to church last Sunday.
What did he say?
And I just got saved, and I'm trying to get my life right. We was in the club. I said, me too.
What a coinky dick.
I said, girl, you too. We must have been at the same church. Girl, doggone it, me too. And she told me what she wanted in a relationship. Okay, and she right. She gave me a choice. She's absolutely right.
Okay.
Because if she had said she was just out there in them streets, she belonged to the streets, she'd still been in the streets.
Ariana Hicks says, greedy, no self-control. Now, here's the thing about that. Typically, in order for true success to happen, you have to have the ability to tell yourself no. You have to have that ability to tell yourself no. And they talk about people who limited their options before they got married. Typically, their marriages seem to last longer. They last longer. Mika says, not 5 partners, 55 partners, John.
Is it 55?
A dating game for real. I trust y'all. I do it. Okay.
All right, then. We'll put your name down. We'll put your name down. We're going to tell you ahead of time so you get off that couch. With that moo-moo on.
He said with a moo-moo on. Listen. When I think about just my marriage, when I think about before we got married. So let me ask this. Let's do this. Is marriage the commitment, or is it just a public declaration of a commitment?
Okay. Yeah. I would agree with that. Because I don't think y'all going to actually get to the wedding if you don't have a public commitment of we engaged, we married.
Mm-hmm.
What's an engagement if there's no, you can't be sleeping around if you're engaged to somebody else, because now there's a ring to say I belong to somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The marriage, the wedding is just the public acknowledgement of the commitment, but the commitment happened before that.
It's supposed to. And if it don't, because what Jamal Brown said, he didn't start being faithful he didn't start trying monogamy until they got married.
Yeah. So he was up to that point. And you have people who have this idea that up until that point, then I could do what I want to do.
But would they have got married if she hadn't been doing what he was doing?
Oh, now that would have been a good question to ask.
I think it's easy, man, for us to you know, it's funny. We don't have no sense while we doing our bull, but we are, once we do it and we divorce, now we are the wisest and can sit up on all the pounds and tell people what to do and what not to do. Negro, keep your pants up and be faithful to your wife and let them women stay out of your face. It's as simple as that.
Hey man, it's about It's about saving yourself the problems on the back end. Boy, you do not want that. Jessica says public declaration. Yeah, the commitment happens before you go to that altar, before the actual wedding. The commitment has happened way before then.
And he's not no young man.
Yeah.
He's a guy to where he's old enough to where he should know better.
Oh, yeah.
He should have got that hoeing out of his system before he decided that he was going to give himself to somebody. And even if, let me say that, and let me be, I'll be the first to say.
Because go ahead.
But I want to be the first to say, I have no platform, I have no heaven or hell to put nobody in. But I just think when we older and wiser, we should do better because people are watching him. People are watching that man of God, what he's doing and how he's handling this relationship. You have a responsibility to them, if not your wife. You ain't in your 20s.
Yeah.
We could. Listen. If you was in your 20s, I say, yeah, bro, 20s. It's a 20. Hey, we have our pants. We have one leg out of our pants in our 20s.
Yeah.
But in the 30s and 40s, he looked like he could be in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
You should know better.
No, you're absolutely right. So you just said something. Can you get hoeing out of your system? Is that something that's really possible? How did it get there? How did the hoeing get there? But can you get it out of your system?
You have to, like anything else, you have to want to. You have to want to, and you have to work on, because there are traps. That's one thing about hoeing. There are traps that get you in that would allow the whoring door to open. Talking to everybody that presents themselves to you, flirting constantly, not really saying no, and keeping yourself, and you got to be everywhere all the time. That gets you, booty just falls out of the clouds when you do all that. Especially, and this is the key, D, if you somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you got notoriety, you got a name.
Listen, I get it. Listen, when you've been out there and you slanging or you giving to people, yeah, it's hard to stop. And I'm not, listen, I will agree it's hard to stop. But at what point do you want, when are we going to find somebody that's worth us stopping for?
Boy. Oh man. Fred says, he said it's real hard.
Oh, absolutely.
It's real hard.
Absolutely it is.
Anthony said, yep. Just gotta be a hoe at home to your spouse. Role play. Okay. Anthony said, you know what I'm saying? It can be the same person, but we can role play. We can mix it up a little bit.
Wow. Final thoughts, man. Final thoughts. My final thought on this evening is, listen, oftentimes I'll say we got to be the best. The person that you're with deserves to be the best version of themselves for you. Listen, there is a little hoe in all of us, y'all. But now we got to figure out whether or not we're going to keep that hoe in the closet or keep that hoe out, let that hoe out in the streets. There is somebody out there for everybody that's worth keeping that hoe in the closet. I think the best thing that was said is we have to be a hoe in the house with somebody love you. You mean to tell me there's nobody out there in your life willing for you to keep that hoe in the closet? Ho, you get in that closet and you stay in that closet. And those are my final thoughts. Ho, you quit. Those are my final thoughts.
Dude, real quick, I just got it. That reminded me of this. It wasn't a joke, but it was something. My uncle, shout out to Uncle Leotis. We was somewhere, and it was some food that I said I ate, which says that I was from the country. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, you country?" He said, "Where you keep your hoe at night?" And he was talking about the actual garden because I'm supposed to be country. But everybody started laughing because he didn't think about what he said. But that's the whole thing. But let me say this. Life is about controlling appetites. Number one, you never miss what you never had. This is why you have to be careful introducing yourself to things that you develop an appetite for. Because once you develop an appetite, now it becomes, I have to use my willpower to stop this. Can you get hoeing out of your system? Absolutely not. Because the flesh is never satisfied. it's going to always want more. That's why you have to control it. You have to control yourself. Listen, you will never feel monogamy. You will never feel commitment. It's something that you do because you gave your word, and you got to stand on that. And that's what makes you a great woman, a great man, a person that people can rely on. It's how you handle your word. And once you make that commitment, now you are sorry to say it, you're a slave to the commitment. The commitment now rules. And you gotta abide by what it is that you said. Society is filled with all of the effects of what happens when we don't control ourselves. So let's practice some self-control. See, don't things get better. And that's my final thoughts.
Control your hoe.
Control
your hoe.
Somebody hashtag that and send it out right now. Control your hoe. Fred says, but it's up to you. You gotta want to change, because it's easy to get them, but it come with a lot of problems.
Better say that. Better say that. Better say that.
Anthony said, I'm dead. Cheryl said, let that hoe go. Nah, you better keep that hoe in that closet. Anthony said, great show. Listen, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining into the conversation. Everybody that jumped in the comments and let us know what you were thinking. Y'all see the hashtag. Make people feel, what are they talking about? So put that out.
We're talking about next week, man. We know we're talking about next week, right?
So next week we talking about people dating your exes. How you feel about it? Is it cool? What? So we gonna get into that. Your ex. Are you really cool with other people dating your ex? All right. Mika says, ho, get in that closet. It feels a perfect hashtag. Control yo ho. They gonna think we pimps or something on the show. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Don't forget to join us next week. We'll holler at y'all. Peace out.